Hi, and welcome to this short concept bite video about the first law of thermodynamics. You have hopefully already learnt about thermodynamic equilibrium with the zeroth law, which introduced the concept of temperature. Here, the first law will introduce another thermodynamic concept. First off though, we need to remind ourselves of a couple of different types of thermodynamic equilibrium. These are all described fully in their own video, but here I'm just going to cover what is required for our definitions of our first law, that being an isolated system and a closed system. Hopefully you recall that an isolated system is completely isolated from its surroundings in that there can be no exchange of matter or energy in the form of either heat or work. What is in my system will always remain in my system, and no external property of the surroundings will induce a change. The second type of system which will be important is a closed system. A closed system does not allow any exchange of material, but energy in the form of either heat or work is allowed to be exchanged. The most fundamental definition of the first law of thermodynamics is based upon an isolated system, and the law states the internal energy of an isolated system is constant. This has introduced the concept fundamentally linked to the first law, namely the internal energy. What the internal energy is described in another video. However, the idea that if you can't make any changes to the system, then a quantity will be unchanged is fairly logical. Another definition of the first law relates to a closed system. This definition says that the change in internal energy of the system is the net sum of the energy exchanged in the form of heat and work. This is a more refined version of the famous conservation of energy statement. You will learn more about heat and work in other sections of this course, but they are the only two methods by which energy can be exchanged in a closed system. There will be some problems set around this idea of the change in the internal energy being related to the sum of heat and work for you to see this in action, but for now I hope that this short introduction has been useful. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, but for now, goodbye.